Hello and welcome to this week's harmonica lesson. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look at something called a one chord blues. So for this harmonica lesson you will need a harmonica in the key of C. We're playing in second position in the key of G, and before we look at it, let's listen to what it sounds like. Okay, so this is a really cool variation on the standard blues progression because we just have one chord. We're just playing over the one chord. And you'll see this kind of thing cropping up in tunes like Shake Your Hips by Slim Harpo, or On the Road Again by Canned Heat. It's a really cool kind of thing. So let's jump in and get started with the first lick. So lick 1 is going to sound like this. Okay, so we're starting on beat 1 with a 2-draw whole step bend, which we're very quickly releasing to a clean 2-draw. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then the difficult bit about this for a lot of you is going to be the next part, which is all played on the offbeat. So we're playing just a clean 2-draw on the offbeat. So let's just practice what I mean by playing on the offbeat. So normally we play on the beat, and that's quite comfortable. We're just playing where the tap is. So we're doing... But here we're playing in between the taps. So I need to hear... Okay, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be playing that 4 times in a row. So you're going to do... Okay, so let's try that together nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then there's one more little bit that we're going to add at the end, which is just another 2-draw, also on the offbeat, then a 3-draw half step bend on the beat, and then a 4-blow on the beat. So that'll be 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so let's try slowly putting those together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So when you try and play along with the backing track later on, it's actually going to be a little bit easier because the guitar is playing on the offbeat. So that'll help you to kind of lock in time with that. And it's also playing the other little movement there. So that also helps with the timing. Just make sure that you're really certain about what that offbeat movement feels like. Okay, let's listen to lick 2 from this one chord blues, which is a very common variation on it, and it's going to sound like this. Okay, so hopefully you heard that it is virtually identical to lick 1. So we're starting exactly the same way. But instead of going 2, 3, 4 at the end, we're doing 2, 4, 3. So that's quite difficult at first because you're jumping from a 2-draw on the offbeat to a 4-blow on the next beat. There's not a lot of space to do that. So I really suggest that you practice just doing 2-draw straight up to the 4-blow. So you're doing... and then adding that 3-draw on the next beat. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, now let's try putting that whole lick together, just nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and a really good way to practice this is for you to just kind of get into the groove of playing the first lick that we did, and then throw in that second lick as a variation. So kind of loop them together. So I'm going to show you what that's going to sound like now. So I'm going to play lick 1 and then lick 2, and I'm just going to alternate them a couple of times. So please join in with me if you fancy doing that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if at this stage you're thinking, where am I supposed to breathe? Well, you're supposed to breathe in between the two drawers if you need to. So you've got a rest in between the two drawers. You're not holding them, you're not doing... You're doing... So if you need to, you could breathe out in between every single one. I don't think you'll need to breathe out in between every single one, but you might need to breathe out every so often. Because, you know, you're human, we need to breathe out. It's very important. So practice doing that. And eventually it'll become a really small movement that most people won't see. Okay, let's move on to lick 3, which is going to be a little bit more of how you can kind of improvise a little bit over this style of blues. So let's listen to what it sounds like. Okay, so you probably heard that lick 3, there's a little bit of stuff that deviates from the pattern, but we always come back to the basic movement, so that's our kind of hook. So as long as we keep that 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, then you can kind of do whatever you want in that gap. What am I doing in that gap? Well, I'm hitting a 5 draw 4 times in a row, and so the rhythm is going to be 1, and then I'm landing on a 6 blow at the end, so that's 1, ba, 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 ba. So really don't think about it intellectually, just think about how it feels. 5 draw, going to be going 1, ba, 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 and try clapping it. It's really, really helpful. So let's just try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we add just the little hook at the end, the 2 draw, 3 draw half step bend, 4 blow. Okay, let's try that all the way through, that lick 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's move on to lick 4, which is tasty and tricky in equal measures. Right, you heard what lick 4 sounds like? So, same idea, we've still got the hook, and what we're doing is we're adding in this tasty little 1, 2. So all that is after beat 2, I'm playing a 2 draw whole step bend, which I'm releasing up to a clean 2 draw, and then I'm sliding up to the 3 and back to the 2, and I'm repeating the 2 3 times in a row. So that'll be... So just practice that. 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2. And then we put the little hook in. So let's try that from the start of that lick, lick 4, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent. So I went through those licks really, really quickly, but that's because you can go back over this video, but you can also click on the link in the description below to get the tab, the backing track, and the audio clips of me playing all those licks nice and slowly, as well as playing through it nice and fast. And what I suggest you do is I suggest you learn these licks, and then you get yourself into a nice groove with the backing track, and you keep that hook riff going. So the 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then in that beautiful amount of space that you have there, you can start improvising a little bit and throwing in your own licks, which is a lot of fun. And you can do that with the backing track that I've put on my site at the link in the description below. So yeah, thank you so much for taking part in this lesson. Now you can do a little something for me. You can give me a thumbs up by hitting the like button below, and you can subscribe to my channel because I put out a new harmonica lesson every single Wednesday, and I wouldn't want you to miss out on that. Thank you very much, and I will see you next week.